Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Going to do a reading, doing a little bit more on Canadian politics here, because American politics is boring compared to Canadian politics now, isn't it? Canadian politics doesn't get a lot of coverage from the tarot readers I've seen, so we'll throw a little love our Canadian friends' way here. Doing a little bit of research on Pierre Poilievre, excuse me, I'm butchering his name here. He's the conservative leader of the Conservative Party in Canada. I don't think I quite have the name yet because it looks like there's more things they have on there. Canadian politics, a little bit different than the U.S. politics. They're supposed to have an election sometime before 2025, in 2025 or earlier, because they can call for snap elections. This is not a thing in the U.S. And it looks like his campaign, or the Conservatives, have greatly out fundraised the Liberal Party in Canada, and I imagine he's got some momentum to be the Prime Minister. In looking at his stances on things, I'd call him a traditional conservative. This is what an American conservative would look like if they weren't like totally influenced by the NRA and the evangelicals. So, he's railing on Trudeau because of high inflation and jobs and the usual stuff that conservatives go after Democrats for, or anybody's going to go, it's the economy, stupid, right? He's going after the economy. Now, it doesn't matter that Justin Trudeau has no control over inflation. The whole world is suffering from it, but because the Liberals are the party in power, it's clearly their fault that there is worldwide inflation and people have a hard time making ends meet. And there's higher interest rates and not many people, there's people out of work. Yeah, duh. Come on, and it's up to the voters to be smarter than that. But as we've seen with American voters, they're not smart than that. They root for the Republican versus Democrat. I don't know if Canadians do the same. It's possible. He is interested in a ban on handguns. When asked about abortion, his thoughts are that the government should stay out of people's lives. So that's a traditional conservative thing, small government. Now, small government in Canada means something way different than small government in the United States, because Canada has like social programs that actually help people. But he'd want to minimize something like that. There was a controversy about LGBTQ students, and he feels that parents should raise their own kids and Justin Trudeau and the government should butt out. Trudeau's big crime was saying that schools should be safe places for LGBTQ students as well, because sometimes their homes aren't. And I imagine I would have members who are subscribers and viewers of my videos that are members of the LGBTQ community that can testify to their home life being not safe, or friends of theirs' home life being not safe. Heck, you don't even have to be LGBTQ to not have a safe home life, right? So he doesn't sound as horrific as U.S. conservatives by any stretch. But, it's... I like progressive. I'm liking the progressive way of thinking. Now, for what it's worth, Trudeau has much higher polling numbers amongst young people. And I think if he's going to be reelected, he absolutely needs to get young people activated and out to the polls. That's going to be his key to success. Otherwise, I think he might very well lose to this person. So let's look at the current situation, Canadian politics, Justin Trudeau versus this conservative. How is Pierre doing? What's the mood like? Strength. How's Pierre doing? Strength. He's playing to his strengths. He's trying to oust a very popular, well, I would say a very popular prime minister. His approval ratings are really, really low right now, like 37% approve and like almost 60% disapprove of his of Trudeau's handling of the government. But again, it falls into it's the economy stupid type thing. Imagine if inflation was down at 2% and mortgage rates were down again and people were working, could afford their payments, they think Trudeau was the best thing since sliced bread. What's crossing that? Wheel of Fortune. So for Poilievre, for Pierre, I'm just calling him Pierre. For him, he's playing to his strengths, but what's challenging him is that, his strengths right now are peaking, and are they peaking too soon? Because the world is going to change, and what works today may not work tomorrow. His stances today, while popular, the election's not today. It may not happen for another 2 years. And where is it going to be 2 years from now? In the past, I think he's been working his way up. Another major arcana, by the way. He's this, by the way, just sort of doubling back to his strength. His strength is good. He has good strengths, but the timing is way more important than what his strengths are. Again, temperance. He's been incorporating himself. I don't know how long he's been the leader of the Conservative Party, but I think he's been slowly becoming a name outside of that and working on his popularity. One of the stories I was reading, he was out in like Labrador. These are not he's not as popular in the city, so he's going to the rural areas to build up his base there. And I actually like what he's doing with that. Not because I want him to win or anything, but the way the article is reading is he doesn't care if he's getting the votes there or not. He's going out there to show that he cares because that's who he wants to be portrayed as. So he's building a narrative. He's building a mythology. And that's really smart. Again, not a lot of votes out there, but you have the mythology of going out there and being among representing the territories that aren't as populous, that don't feel like they're heard, that feel like they're marginalized. He's the conservative that can reach out and help the marginalized communities. Very clever, very good strategy if you were to ask me. Another major arcana, the Chariot. So his campaign is moving on. It's gaining momentum. It's gaining followers. It's gaining in popularity. Again, it's just about timing, though. It's all about timing. Overarching is the Ten of Pentacles, and he's raising a ton of money, and he's probably getting a lot of gaining a lot of influence amongst conservatives and conservative donors who will help continue to raise money. And that money buys advertising time. It gets you on the news, and you can get your message out to people. The lesson to be learned is the Emperor. And this can go a couple of ways. How he rules in the gaffes that he makes as the head of the Conservative Party are now going to get noticed because he's bringing notice to himself. So he has to be very careful on how he rules and how he presents himself. I do think he's trying to present himself, again, another major arcana, he's trying to present himself as a leader. I don't think this is a Trudeau card. I think this is a Pierre card there. So now what we've got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 cards are major arcana. Then the Tower hits. Well, that's interesting. One of two things is going to happen. And Trudeau's mentioned this, that the Republicans, the Conservative Party, they want to be the party of tear everything down, and Trudeau is trying to fight that. So he's portraying them as the party that wants to tear everything apart, and that might be an effective strategy on his part, on Trudeau's part, because if people like and are comfortable with the guardrails that are in place and the structures and support structures that are in there, this man might be tearing him down. So I think Trudeau is wise to do that. Now, does that mean something's going to bring this guy down? Very possibly. Let's see is underneath it. It's a hard thing to do. What he's trying to do to unseat Trudeau is going to be a very difficult thing. And I'm thinking, all these cards look great, but it's not going to work. Something's going to happen to take this guy down. I'm kind of curious what that is. Let me throw some qualifiers here. Something overseas. Oh, dear. Got the double card. I don't know if you can see these. And the 7 of coins. Okay, so he hooks himself up to an idea or a person or something that is instrumental in his downfall. It could be overseas. So there might be a scandal involving overseas money, overseas financing, something that happens that hasn't happened yet, but he's going to get tied to it. And this is going to be his undoing. That doesn't mean that there won't be somebody else who doesn't come along that replaces him. But if he doesn't change course, that would be his undoing. Now, if that tower moment is him getting elected, then this would be not a good thing for Canada, because you've now changed yourself to somebody who is hell bent on destruction, outsourcing stuff, or there's going to be, again, I think there's going to be money scandals. I don't think that he is going to get, at least as it looks now, I don't think he's going to get elected. But if he did, it would be disastrous. A lot of things, a lot of support structures would get taken down because, money. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw on it now. Given the current energies, will Pierre be elected? Or, what might be let's do this. Given the current energies, will Pierre be elected as the Prime Minister of Canada? There's another spread I want to throw to on this one. Okay, these two cards, these are going to be a double signifier on this one, because these two cards were right next to each other on this one. It's maybe not decided, but there's a lot of money that's involved in this one. And there's probably, what's not decided is that something hasn't been revealed yet. Is relationships, disappointment, and young people. Okay. So it's about the government. He's at a crossroads. There's going to be something financial that comes out on him. He'll certainly raise a lot of money, but there probably is going to be some financial dealings that's going to come out that's going to link him to money. And on that last throw, we had the 3 of Wands. So I think it's foreign money. In his relationships with foreign governments or foreign entities is going to be an undoing for him. It's going to cause a lot of disappointment and really tarnish his star. And it's really going to tarnish his star with young people. So that's, I think that's the clarifier. Why I think, his tower moment is going to be that he's not going to be elected. I don't know if this comes before the elections or if this comes as a result of him running and there's more scrutiny on there. But it looks like there's going to be there's going to be some type of financial crisis. But come on, David, brain fart here. There's going to be a problem with him. I'll eventually get the word. It begins with the C. One last one on here, just because I'm having fun with this. If Pierre is against Justin, I just want to throw a face-off card here. What's going to be their big issue that they face off on? And this is almost kind of like the yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What's going to be that one issue that they square off on. Oh, here we go. It's about that foreign. Wow, about that foreign that overseas affairs. Now for Trudeau, he's going to be talking about. Oh wow, is it Trudeau that suffers from this? Yep. This whatever this overseas thing is, the death of it. It's going to be about theft and taking money that doesn't belong to you. This controversy, and it's I know that Trudeau has had a lot of money related issues with his, and this was going to be the Trudeau side. This is what Trudeau was going to bring up. So to me, I think. So this could be, Trudeau is the one who's guilty of this. But if we're assuming that, and I could be completely 100% wrong on this one, but if we're assuming that this is the end of Pierre, Trudeau brings up that there's been looting, pillaging, thieving going on. And it's basically going to bring an end to this, but it's a worldwide thing, which is why this Three of Wands is waiting for your ship to come in. It involves things around the world. It's going to bring down this issue, and it's a huge burden. Mind you, these two cards came out underneath on Pierre's reading, so I want to read this as Pierre is going down because of things that have happened. Now, if I'm 100% wrong on that, it's basically there's another financial scandal, and that's the last one that will happen for Trudeau, and he can't overcome it. It brings down his government. So whoever has the financial scandal is the one that's not going to win. This foreign financial scandal, it's going to be the end of their run. The thing that Pierre will bring up is the King of Cups. I think he's going to talk about on this financial thing that he was just working with a foreign leader who was benevolent and wanted to help him out. He and that person were seeing eye to eye on things, and it's no big deal. It's no big deal. But the problem is that people don't believe him. It looks like a betrayal. It's like you sold Canadians out on something, and therefore, there's going to be offers that are going to be made that aren't going to be good on this one. Basically, things look really shady, and no matter how much you try and explain it away as, no, this event, this overseas money event, this was a good thing for Canada. It's going to bring a lot of wealth to Canadians, but Canadians aren't buying it. They view it as a betrayal, and it kills this guy's career. Okay, so fingers crossed. This will be an interesting reading to put a pin on, just to see if this is something that really does happen to Trudeau or against Trudeau, to Pierre or against Pierre. And who knows who's going to remember this reading 2 years from now. But maybe I will bring it back up. So that's my reading on Pierre. I think Trudeau's going to be, if Pierre runs against Trudeau for the Prime Minister, it looks like there's going to be a huge money issue that's going to bring somebody down, and it looks like it's going to bring the Conservative down. But, stick a pin in it. We'll find out 2 years from now. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. Nice to do something other than American politics for a change. Nice to know that the shit show isn't just us. Good luck, everyone. Knock on wood that everything works out for the most benevolent outcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye.